Hello and welcome to the Healthcare Show with ViewSonic. I'm Glenn Thompson. Now then, we've got some frightening statistics to show you straight away. Let's tell you about the Work at Risk report. It's showing us that 77% of workers complain of eye fatigue and backaches. 65% get neck aches, and another 67% are enduring terrible headaches because they spend too long at their computers without actually taking regular breaks. We have two guests in the studio for us today, an ergonomist, Emil Rice-Weston, and also from ViewSonic, it's Mel Taylor. Gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us today. Now then, an ergonomist is an interesting word to actually say. What does it mean?
Well, that's a good question, Glenn. What an ergonomist is essentially a man or woman that designs the human-machine interface. Essentially, we design things to make them user-friendly. So look at an Apple Mac, for instance. The software on that is designed to be easy to use, intuitive almost. Similarly, you can get toothbrushes which are easy to handle. Anything basically for the human-machine interface that makes things user-friendly, easy to use. That's what we do. It doesn't mean to say you have to be an ergonomist to practice ergonomics. They're practiced everywhere by designers all over the world. But I'm obviously a specialist in that subject.
But what about those symptoms, those early signs? You're coming home from the office, or maybe you're working it from home, and you know, at the end of the day, you do have those eyes that when you move them about the ache, and you've got the stiff neck. Is that as a result of bad posture in the office? Yes,
I mean there's a lot of symptoms of bad posture. You know, neck ache, hunched shoulders.
It's almost like a tension feeling, isn't it? A lot of people will say, well, it's stress, it's work stress.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the thing about what's medically, well, not medically, but what's termed in the media RSI, is it's an all-encompassing condition which can refer to stress acting upon the body, acting upon poor workspace design. So stress is one of the things that definitely gets this thing going. I mean, if you're, for instance, you've got this sort of stressed up feeling, that's probably because your desk is too high. If your desk is too high, you're working like this, your neck muscles are naturally constricted, and therefore it takes time to relax that. You'll probably find, go and have a massage, you'll find you've got huge knots in the back of your neck.
Okay, let's get some idea on the way we sit then, because you work hard on this. You've developed software as well that teaches people on how to set out their workspace and sit comfortably, you know, with the right distance on the monitor. Yep. How should we sit correctly as far as you're concerned? Perhaps you can show us.
Okay, well, I'll give you a profile view, which probably you can see a bit more. Essentially, there are four main ergonomic seating postures. The one I'm going to show you is the one which generally we all work at in an office environment, and the others involve standing positions and reclining positions, but we're not going to go into those there this time. Essentially, you have to look at the angles at your major joints. So we'll look at the angle here at the knee. This has to be greater than 90 degrees. If you've got stuff under your desk, or you're tucking your feet up underneath your chair, then that's making that angle more acute, and you're causing stress on the undersides of your legs. I think, Mel, you said you knew someone that died because of that.
Yes, so you're playing computer games, I should say.
Playing computer games, okay, so don't play computer games, kids. Okay, at the hips, this angle should be greater than 90 degrees, so you shouldn't be crunching forward. And at the elbow, that angle should again be greater than 90 degrees. So, for instance, if your table's too high, you're going like that, and that's causing static loading on the tops of your arms. That's why you may get tendinitis, tenosynovitis in the back of your arms and the backs of your hands, because they're under static load. If you decide to lift up your shoulders, then that's okay, they're down there like that. But again, you're causing static loading on the upper shoulders, which is the problem that Glenn said he was having. He's nodding, saying, yes, yeah, I know that well. So you basically make sure your keyboard's low, maybe get a keyboard tray. The angle there, the angle there, the angle there, at least 90 degrees, hopefully better than that. Also, you've got to make sure that the angles at your wrists are straight. So here we're not working with an upwardly inflected or downwardly inflected wrist, or moving it from side to side. It's straight, and this is where the Maltron keyboard comes into things. So basically, that's it. With a monitor, you have to make sure the monitor is an arm's length away, and the top of the monitor is 10 centimetres below eye level. It's not rocket science.
I think what happens, a lot of people probably know a lot of this common knowledge. They sit down with
So one thing I forgot, Glenn.
Go on.
One thing, this is very important.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, you have to make sure the lumbar area in your back is also supported.
Right, okay.
Okay, so you've got to adjust your chair so that it supports that lumbar area. It's the hollow area of your back. You'll find that most modern office chairs have a shape that conforms
adjust
to that area.
Okay. Remind us of those websites again where we can get more advice and more tips on the correct posture.
Okay, the first one is a website which takes you through adjusting your desk. So it takes you through how to adjust your desk, and then it gives you the option of having a risk assessment on it, and that's called eofficesafety.com. The other one is monitorvictims.com. That has some useful information about, again, setting up your workstation, what to look out for, medical problems, and the results of the survey as well.
Okay.
Anyone else you want to add to that, Mel?
No, that's some great information.
Okay, monitorvictims.com is a good one, as we've just found out. Fascinating. I guess if you're still coming home and suffering from those eyes that ache and that neck that aches and those wrists that ache, possibly the answer is, with the exception of flu, probably the onslaught of flu coming on, it's possibly the way of sitting in the office. So check that out regularly, make regular checks, and make sure the boss keeps up to speed with the way you should be sitting as well. Thanks very much to my guests, Emil, and also to Mel, for coming in and talking about this very interesting subject. We hope very much you've enjoyed it as well. From all of us here at the Healthcare Show, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.